They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga leaving. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeezing, leave a nigga bleeding. About to leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point 6-2, gon' split em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat em up, eat em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Man, what up, what up, what up? Peace and blessings in the building, man. First and foremost, shout out to my lovely co-host, Strong J, Cleopatra, the jewel of the Nile, Queen Sheba herself coming through. This is Helen of motherfucking Troy, who started the Spartans and the Trojans into that deep, long war, Mrs. Key Alexandria.
Your intros are hilarious. Shout out to you, Upper, and your beautiful wife and family.
Let me shout out everybody else before you get yours in, big lad. But I just had to shout you out first because you that. So all things peace and blessings. Big AMC FSG, my nigga Terrell Davis in the building. We got Bank Hayes, big AMC FSG, my man in the building. Andy Gill, what it do, bruh? 6500 in the building. In the motherfucking building. Then we got the world of animals, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my. Joseph Bermia, what it do, homie? Peace and blessings to you. The King, Mr. Antonio King, and I ain't talking about Anthony Anderson with King's Ransom. You feel me? My nigga Devontae Cromwell. What's popping with you, fam? What's good? Hope everything's good. We got overseas in please Milan in the building. Salute. We got that motherfucking ox made of steel. Yes, sir. Not titanium, but steel. The old school. Big block with the 454 on triples. That means 30s. Shane Frazier in the building. What it do? Paul Game. We got Paul Game in here. We got my nigga Supreme Cam. He ain't rocking the AMC FSG, but we still see he's a member. We got my nigga Too Strong, Armstrong in the building. What it do, man? That nigga Too Strong. And I'm talking about Bertier off that damn movie, We Are the Titans. My nigga David Tassane. Nigga coming through insane. What it do? And y'all know what they say. You don't mess with Texas because everything's bigger in Texas. And that means guns. The King, AMC FSG, Falcon, my nigga Brian. What it do? What it do? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, we always bet on black over here, baby. If it ain't betting on black, then you whack. How you doing today, Miss Beautiful Queen? I'm glad you was able to catch the live stream, you know, add a little color and a little beauty in the box. You feel me? My nigga Ken Trill, LaGrew, what it do in the building. Creole, the motherfucking traveling. I ain't talking about Back to the motherfucking future. What it do? What it do? Now, boy, y'all popping out the woodwork today. What it do? Hold up. I'm almost done, I think. Oh, yeah. We at the motherfucking end. Now it's time for Strong J to tell y'all that y'all know y'all want this.
Well, thank you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday so far. Thank you guys for coming through. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with us. If you hear a bird chirping, it's just my bird. She decided to fly.
Feed them to the dog.
Right. She decided to fly into my office and she won't leave. So excuse her ghetto-ness. I am dedicating my portion of the show to Roberta Flack, the legendary R&B singer and mostly known for her song Killing Me Softly, which has been remixed Lord knows how many times. Passed away today at 88 years old. So rest in peace to that queen.
Oh, man.
Yes, thank you for your contributions. You lived a wonderful, wonderful life.
Damn, Opulent. You gonna disrespect the queen like that, Opulent? Damn.
Okay, you know what? I just said she passed away. Okay, dang. Rest in peace. Also, yesterday marked 5 years since we lost Ahmaud Arbery, the gentleman that was tragically unalived while just jogging in the state of Georgia. So I'm sending peace and love to his family during this time. And also, the guys who hit up, remember we talked about that OnlyFans chick, Blue Bonnie or something like that? Yes, well, she put the OnlyFans and the people that participated in her escapades on high alert a few pregnant. But she came
You cutting out. You say what?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so Blue Bonnie, whatever her name is, she put people in fear when she said that she was pregnant. But come to find out, she faked her pregnancy. Okay,
it was
so
just gas. It was gas. She had gas.
it was gas. So I wanted to tell that since all of y'all had all these jokes for her when I talked about her when she wanted to do the be in the Guinness Book of World Records for sleeping with over 1,000 men. Do you guys remember that? So she made quite.
Do you know one of the little boys' mother pulled him out the line? Like one of the guys, his mother came up there and snatched him out the line and was like, "You're not about to participate in this whoredom."
Well, thank God for the mother, but the guys who participated in her craziness, y'all could be rest assured that she is not pregnant. I thought to bring that to y'all and get y'all, joking, have y'all get a little chuckle going on. But let's get into this boxing talk because boy, do we have.
You do that, then. Shout out to B-Dog, Crush the motherfucking legend, Oakland LDTV, and my nigga Devin Sommier in the building. But
bruh, you shouldn't even know that, bruh. Lord Jesus.
I seen that shit on Friday, Key, and it was like she's pregnant. JTM, salute. Stylist of Artisan, salute. I seen that shit when she was pregnant. I said, bruh, she got 1,165 possible candidates. And then I started thinking, Key, how many of them did not use protection?
Ew, okay, thank you, Upper. That's disgusting.
No, because they was like, she don't know who the father might could be, so some of them guys went motherfucking bareback horseback riding.
Well, I know who didn't want any parts of that, and that is Maury. Maury probably was like, I'm out of that. I ain't got time for it.
Maury would have had
all year. You would be there all year.
Maury would have had a 5-year special just on bringing the guys. Shout out to my nigga Big Dog Willie and Daryl Thigpen in the building. I ain't heard from my nigga Daryl McKinney in a minute. I gotta check on him.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. Hey, Texas. Salute to the beautiful queen. Always been on Black. Just do in the building. Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to our boy channel.
What it do, Pimpin' and David the same. No, she did 100 bodies in 6 hours the first time. Then she did 1,000 in 24 hours. So it's 1,100 bodies.
Exactly, B-Dog. Credle, stop. Okay, so also last up, it is being reported that the Mavericks organization will be announcing that they're going to ban the fans from wearing Luka Doncic's jersey as a way to move forward from him. What did Luka do? Lord, is it that serious? Really?
How you gonna tell people what the fuck they can and can't wear them? They're like, come on, man.
Lord, is it that? I hope that's just a rumor.
Because when Dallas played the Lakers, Luka stomped on that ass.
My goodness, it's been
Luka dropped the game high on their ass.
It's getting chippy with Luka. Y'all got rid of him. Y'all said he was overweight and all kinds of stuff.
How you gonna ban him? How you gonna ban him and y'all kicked him off on his day off?
Bitter Betty. That's what they are, a bitter Betty. But let's get into this. I don't know, upper they being.
That's like your girl get a divorce and you just make $1 million and you done got you a new wife and y'all balling out. Now she pissed off because y'all got a divorce and she filed for it. No. This is what they remind me of, Keith. Last month, y'all, check this out. Before we get started. This dude was going to, and I know you probably seen it, but they did a damn 12-part series. But this guy, he had just got a new job. Now, he had been making about $50,000 a year. Now, he just got this new job. He just got approved, and he got this new job where he was making $250,000 as like some type of financial coordinator and some kind of tech shit, right? So he was talking to his homeboy, and he was like, I want to see if she the one. You know, he talking about, so look, and y'all check this out. This is diabolical work. He was like, I love this girl. I want her to have a happy life. I just want her to be a stay-at-home woman and everything, like she always talked about, right? So he had a little thing, and so check this out. The man sat there and went and bought some lotto tickets, right? And he bought one of them gag lotto tickets from Spencer's that say that you won. I think it's like $750,000, right? The OG Thomas Hill in the building, the beautiful Marshawn West. How is it going, beautiful? But yes, so check out what he did. So they were sitting there chilling. And so they was drinking the Pinot Grigio. I don't know if it was exactly Pinot Grigio, but they was getting a sip on. So they was doing some scratch offs. He had some real ones, and he threw like that one fake one in there, and he had the real ones in there. So check when the City Assassin salute the OG Cal Cooler, what it do? So she scratched off the fake one. And right, they ain't say shit. She ain't say shit. So dude was like, maybe she, you know, and so they went through, they looked at him, they was like, we win anything, babe? She was just like, there's one ticket right here for like $5. So one of the tickets she gave him like $5. She ain't said nothing about the real ticket, right? So, you know, she went on about everything like this. So she went to go take a shower about like 2 hours later. Now her family stayed in New York, and he looked at her text messages. She done sent the picture to her sister and was like, "Did I win? Is this real?" And her sister's like, "Hell yeah, bitch, you won." She said, "Fuck yeah." She said, "I ain't telling this nigga shit." She said, "I'm about to fucking leave this nigga." She said, "I'm so tired. It's time for the come up. We about to live good, boo." So when she got out the shower, all of a sudden she was like, "My mom's sick. I need to go up to New York to go see it." Right? So he still ain't thinking nothing crazy. So she had packed her stuff and left to go to New York. Ain't said a damn thing about the ticket or nothing. So they did a couple part series and everything. So I guess she must have found out because they seen the video on TikTok and everything or something. They seen that it had been trending and shit. And the girl was like, "That's fucked up." Because she sat there and said, "We've been together 4 years. Why did you have to test me like that?" She said, "I was with you when you was making 50,000 a year and I didn't complain, but 50,000 a year is not no small thing." She said, "Hell, I was paying half with you on bills and everything." So he told her, "But yeah, as soon as you found out that you made that money," and he said, "I bought the ticket." He said, "You weren't even going to split it with me." She was like, "It was my right. You gave the ticket to me." So she was in the wrong. And all the women was in the comments talking about it's fucked up that he had to test her like that. Mike Rhythm, salute. Like, why did he have to test her if she was really the one? He wouldn't have to test that. And see, he had just got that new job, I said, making 250,000 a year. And like she got mad. She tried to sue the other TikToker and the dude talking about it was falsified and all that. But didn't nobody tell you to go all the way up to New York with your family? And now she tried to get back and she was talking about she was gonna sue and everything. But all the women was like he was in the wrong. He shouldn't have tricked her like that. But how is that him in the wrong if soon you showed him soon as you get some money, you about to be gone? And like that shit was so fucking crazy, Key. I was just like, damn, all these women is taking that lady's side. Talking about he shouldn't have played with her like that and all that shit like that. And he must really didn't want her if he felt like he had to test her like that and everything. But when you coming into an investment of 250,000 a year and I'm about to let you live the soft life, of course I want to know who I'm fucking marrying, but yeah, eventually she dropped the lawsuit because they said it wasn't that she could do. But that shit's on TikTok. Y'all can look it up. Just be like, man buys a fake lotto ticket and girlfriend leaves and finds out the ticket fake. But I just said that shows the nature of motherfuckers, Ski. Like that shit had me rolling like hell because I wish I could have seen her face when she found out that shit was fucking fake and you just gave away a nigga making $250,000 who was trying to start a family with you. Like that shit crazy.
That is hilarious. Okay, well, let's get into this boxing talk. Hey to the gentleman.
Yes, we got a lot to get into on this motherfucking boxing talk.
Hey,
Shout out,
Marshawn.
shout out to everybody that took a Jit Caballero from the 6th to the 9th round. I told y'all. And shout out for everybody that was there Saturday when I told y'all Parker was gonna get the KO. I knew Parker was gonna knock that nigga out when he came in 315. I said, yeah, it's over with. It's over with.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, and we're going to get to that because that's surrounding a lot of controversy as well. But let's kick this
Whoa.
off. Go ahead.
Before we get all this started, yes, Turkey is being investigated for trying to trying to fix the fights.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Oh,
Yes. And tell me why they just made Hamza Sheraz an ambassador in Saudi. He's now an ambassador.
he's been the ambassador. Him, Bud Crawford, there's a few of them that are ambassadors for Riyadh or something.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite interesting, but let's we're gonna get to all of that because there's a lot of controversy surrounding this weekend and everything that has happened. So first thing is let's go through the card first of all. The first one, how do we like the Callum Smith and Buatsi fight? I thought that was action packed. What did you think about that fight?
That's why when you was doing the predictions, I stayed away from that fight. Because I didn't know how
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't know how Buatsi was gonna look. I didn't know how Smith was gonna look. But ever since Smith has been in the ring with Canelo Alvarez and Arthur Benavidez, he's the real deal. And that comes from what I tell y'all. when you fight a great fighter, only thing you can do is get better. And he was in there with Canelo and Beterbiev. That makes you better. Holyfield was better after he fought both. Great competition makes you great. You can't go against weak competition and expect to excel. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they got it right. Callum Smith did his thing. Mr. Empire salute. Callum Smith came out there, beat that man from the word go, put hands and feet, elbows, and mustard on that nigga. Mustard! Yep. Callum Smith. He dangerous at cruiserweight, people. I'm letting y'all know. I'd like to see him probably against the Jao Opataya or something.
I would like to see him against David Morrell. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that'd be a good matchup.
You said that, and I told you David Morrell is at light heavyweight.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting that. Well, it's a dream. It's a fantasy fight of mine. Next up, Big Bang Zhang and Ajit Caballero. So only win a few rounds. Ajit did get knocked down, and he got back up and swung with a vengeance. Started putting hands and feet on Big Bang, and it was hard for Big Bang to recover. Straight body shot, body work, arms. Every time that Zhang was throwing his, Ajit was coming back with just beautiful counters. And he was the aggressor on Zhang. I don't think I've ever seen Zhang pressured like that to the point where Zhang really couldn't get a tempo flowing after he knocked Ajit Caballero down. It was like a monsoon afterwards. And when what happened for the first time in Big Bang Zhang career, TKO. How do we like that fight, y'all? And where do you guys rank Ajit Caballero as far as heavyweight contenders?
Now, I ain't the type of person to say, I told you so, but I told you so. I told y'all how that fight was going to play out. First off, I told everybody in here, and everybody thought Upper Echelon was crazy. But I told y'all, I'm a fucking predator. Pause. I'm a motherfucking killer. Like, I know my opponents. I know my victim. And I told y'all, I've been explaining this to y'all for months about Ajit Caballero. I told y'all, he's the most dangerous heavyweight out there. Now, I told y'all when he fought Makhmudov. Makhmudov might not be the best, but he's a big son of a bitch. And Ajit was able to weather the shot from that big son of a bitch. Dank Luke Kane in the building. He was able to weather the storm from that big son of a bitch and bust him down. And then he went against a skilled, one of the top 3 skilled boxers at heavyweight in a Frank Sanchez. He snatched Frank Sanchez's body, his movement, and then he snatched that man's soul. I told y'all, Ajit Caballero is a fighter that doesn't come along once in a while. I told you, his work ethic makes him the most dangerous boxer out there because he keeps it to the way that people don't understand. Fuck them headshots. If you continue to work the body, the head will fall with it. When you're chopping down a tree, you don't go up to the branches and cut off the top. If you really want to get rid of that tree, you start from the roots. You take that motherfucker down at the trunk. And that's what Ajit Caballero does from the word go. He goes in there, he busts your body up. If you beat a person's body up, you're taking away their stamina. You're taking away their endurance. And most of all, you're taking away their power. And you're taking away their movement. And yes, Ajit was in there working, and Big Bang Zhang unloaded a vicious heavy shot. I've seen it. Set my man down. Boom! My nigga did a half a tuck when he fell. He felt that shit. But he got up. He continued to fire. He said, I ain't gonna be a bitch. And he kept on firing. He kept on working. And finally, Big Bang got hit in that motherfucking body. And that shit fucking hurt. That shit fucking hurt his ass. And he was realizing, like, look, this is a bad look for me. And After he knocked Ajit Caballero down, it still was a 9-9 round because Ajit Caballero shook that shit off. He came through. He was hitting Zane in his motherfucking butt. He had Buddha sitting there smiling because Big Bang Zane was looking like a big ass Buddha, and he put a spigot in that nigga, and he was working him. Big Bang Zane had his mouth open since the third round, and that's when I was telling you. I said Zane about. Remember, Key, before he got knocked out, I said Zane about to go to sleep, and that man worked that nigga body. Shout out to the beautiful DZ Sanchez, Dragon Assassins official. My nigga Slogan 1, Big AMC, FSG, and Ajit Caballero did what I've been telling y'all that he was going to do. He chopped that man down, fresh bacon with the motherfucking pies in the building. He chopped that man down. It wasn't shit Big Bang Zane could do. Big Bang was trying to get the fuck up out of there. He was trying, that nigga was trying to get the fuck up out that damn ring. He was like, you know what? I'm not getting paid enough for this. And Ajit Caballero, like I said, he's the most dangerous heavyweight out there. I can't wait to see him versus Usyk. That's going to be a hell of a fucking showdown. And Usyk going down as well because Usyk does not like body shots. He's allergic to body shots. And this guy right here, this ain't Daniel Dubois. This motherfucking Ajit Caballero. Motherfucker need to put some respect on that nigga name for real. And I'm just being honest.
Absolutely. He did the dang on thing. Shout out to Ajit, he is officially the WBO Mando for Usyk's belt. But Usyk has other plans. He wants to face Dubois. That's what he said. Regardless, he wants to face him. But let's see how they go because he has 2 Mandos, all of us already. So with the Jit being the newest one. Next up fight, the most controversial.
Hold on. Shalom to the beautiful queen, Miss Raina in the building. And shout out to sexy Kendra 50 Cent in the building. Thank you, queens, for coming through and stopping by and giving us your attention and your time.
Salute to those beautiful queens. Salute to the GOAT, one of the YouTube boxing GOATs, Thomas Hill. Hey, Andy Gill. Salute, King.
For us, man.
So the next up is Carlos Adames versus Hamza Sheraz. Now, this is where the most controversy came. I was okay with the no, actually it was Virgil Ortiz and Israel Madrimov. Let's talk about them. So Virgil Ortiz and Madrimov, they were scored by both the AI judge and the other judges in this bout and an unofficial scorecard. Now, Virgil Ortiz, the first couple of rounds, he started off pretty slow. Madrimov was doing that twitchy thing, but one thing that I noticed was that those body shots from the second round to the fourth began to take its toll on Madrimov, and his feet began to get a little bit more planted, and to the point where it was a shootout going from the 6th to the 12th. This was a hell of a banger. It was a great, great fight. To me, it pretty much one of the fights that stole the show of that night as far as the back half of that fight. Now they had it to where Virgil only had won like a round. It was like a 7-5 score. I don't agree with that. I had it 8-4. An argument can even be made for 9-3, to be honest. I thought that Virgil won that fair and square. That was a beating Virgil put on that man. What did y'all think about it? And the last question is, how does this amount to because everybody's doing a comparison, Bud Crawford or Virgil Ortiz?
All right, first off, hey, salute to everybody in the chat room. Hey, y'all hit that like button for us. Hit that like button. I know it's a lot of people ninja watching it that don't like us. But a lot of people ninja watching that don't like us. But please hit the like button. Hold on one second. Keep it going for 1 second.
Okay. Well, what I saw, I thought I had a 9-3. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When we were scoring it in the Discord, we were all talking about it, and we were like, yo, Virgil is putting hands on that man. Hey, Javi. That was Chris Mannix's card. We're lucky Mannix is not a judge because that fool always wrong. Absolutely. And the AI judge had it a close fight between Madrimov and Virgil. And I'm like, how? Hey, Texas. How? Hey, Dragon. You know what I'm saying? Draw with 2-10 rounds. Exactly. I'm like, that didn't make sense to me.
Okay.
That was a clear A whooping.
Okay, now what I was gonna say is, hey, y'all smash the like button, and I need 5 people to hit the Cash App or the PayPal to support the grind, people. Every day we here. Support the grind. This ain't easy work getting up here. But I'm gonna take James Dunnigan, salute, homie. But what was easy work was Virgil Ortiz on Madrimov ass. Now, I know Madrimov is Muslim. Shout out to the Muslim brothers out here, as he like to say. But that was a clear biasness on Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. That fight was 9-3. And the only reason it was that because I gave Madrimov a swing round that he probably didn't even earn. But Virgil Ortiz, he started catching him, walking him down. He was putting paws on him, and that man got warned. That man got warned 19 times when I went back and looked at the fight. Like, he should have got points taken at least 6 times. They just kept warning him. The man was headbutting the fuck out of Virgil. He was grabbing Virgil. He was putting his shoulder into Virgil. Like, he was doing every sneaky and underhanded trick that he could do to keep Virgil in them hot-ass body shots up off of him. Virgil was hitting that nigga with hot ones. He was hitting that nigga with hot ones. And that's what I told y'all. I told y'all 147 is where Bud's power maxed out at. Planet 619, salute, my brother. I told you, Roy Jones power maxed at 168. He was getting 50-50 knockouts at 175. But you have a certain weight that your power carries to. And his power did not carry to the motherfucking 154. And for him to be on Crawford's ass like that, I see why Crawford's not trying to fight another 154 pounder. Because Crawford realized his power didn't carry. And if he fight anybody else at 154, like a Bovachuk, a Bekdamir, or Virgil Ortiz, he's going to ruin his Canelo back because I honestly think Crawford would get beat. I'm just saying. A good Vic person will always beat a good small person. Especially if they're around the same skill wise. And Virgil rehydrated real well. That man was like the Jolly Green Giant. His high guard was impeccable. Madrimov tried that twitching and running like Karen Kukadashian. Virgil really picked up, and he's really looking a lot better in cutting that ring off. I give him a B minus on cutting the ring off because there was sometimes he could have beat that man to the spot and he didn't. I give Virgil an overall B for that performance because he could have let his hands go more. He could have pressed the action in certain spots, and he kept allowing that man to tie him up. It won't pop up. What you mean, David Kane won't pop up, bro? That whole boy Shalom King. I'll type it into the chat so you can see it, Dank Luke Kane. But yeah, it's got like a picture of Earl Spence on the Cash App. It's got a picture of Earl Spence. But Virgil Ortiz, great fight. And that makes that Bud fight age like motherfucking buttermilk, bro. Shout out to my brother, the Mexican monster Kawhi Elliott in this motherfucker. Salute. And Rainy, you said your birthday tomorrow? Cool. Mine's on Wednesday. My birthday the 26th of this month.
I got you. How you been? Salute, King. And Raina, definitely we're gonna dedicate our short show to you tomorrow.
I'm about to type it. The upper echelon 82 is the PayPal, thank you, Kane. The $1 Sosa Smith is the Cash App, my brother. The $1 Sosa Smith is the Cash App. The upper echelon 82 is the PayPal, my brother. But yeah, Virgil Ortiz, great action. I love it. Now, if Robert Garcia can give him some dance lessons and get his feet a little bit better, oh man, Keith. Oh man, that boy's dangerous. I would like to see Virgil versus Bud, honestly.
So with this fight, yes, me too. So with this fight, what did you guys think about the 6 warnings that Madrimov got
19.
due
It
to
was 19.
headbutts and forearms?
It was 19, Key.
It wasn't 19 warnings.
LB salute. No, I went back and looked. The ref warned him and told him to stop 19 times in that fight.
So there was not a point taken from this fight. Some people are saying, like, if this was an American fight or something like that, or happening in South America, he would have gotten deemed a point or two due to his constant headbutt and forearms. But in this fight, he didn't. And some people are attributing that to the new score, which I talked about on Thursday.
And him being
That
Muslim.
Turkey. No, I don't think it's him being Muslim. I think it has a lot to do with the new judging criteria that Turkey is implementing that I discussed on Thursday or Friday of last week. I thought Madrimov was gonna, Dragon. I thought so too. That was a lot of warnings that he got. He was very fortunate not to. And it would really open up his score.
When he did that leap in the headbutt and busted Virgil shit, I was like, oh, he got to get a point took him. That man just walked him across the ring and pointed to him and told him, I said, bruh, stop popping the baby on the hand and whoop his ass.
Absolutely. I don't, Thomas Hill, she's, my bird is ghetto. So my apologies, y'all. She does this from time to time for her to get. Okay, so next up, Carlos Adames and Sheraz upper in chat. Another controversial fight. So we had the 9-point deductions in a Virgil Ortiz bout, and Carlos Adames, who I picked Hamza Sheraz. Exactly. I thought Sheraz was going to, and Carlos Adames said, "Hold my beer. Let me rewind back in time and remind y'all who I am, and that you're gonna have to take my belt." And they scored it a draw, ladies and gentlemen. How do we feel about that? Was that a draw? Because I had it, Hamza Sheraz, a whooping on my car. He got whooped thoroughly. It was no draw. How do y'all feel about that fight?
I'm going to tell you. But first, Thomas Hill. I told y'all from the get-go that Madrimov was the weakest link. It's just the fact that Bud, he fought Bud. That's what made Madrimov look so good, because he fought Bud. That's why Madrimov pulled out that Sergey Bobochuk fight. Sergey Bobochuk would have beat the brakes off that man. Shout out to my brother Marquis, AMC FSG. Shout out to the original one, Kamal Oz in the building. Salute, brothers. But notice, and I'm glad he said that, notice we had 2 controversial fights and 2 controversial decisions on that card. Both of them happened to non-DAZN fighters. It was 2 fighters on that card that wasn't with DAZN. That was Artur Beterbiev, and that was Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames is PBC, Beterbiev is top rank. They're not with DAZN. Both of them got fucked. I had Hamza Sheraz. And y'all know I gave y'all all the picks the other day. The only pick I got wrong was the Hamza Sheraz pick. So I know a lot of y'all might have took some parlays and stuff. If you didn't take the Hamza Sheraz, then you made some good money. And I told y'all Ajit Caballero was going to be between 6 and 9. Hell, I won a little something off that. But Carlos Adames, he turned back time. He made Hamza Sheraz put his hands in his pocket. Matter of fact, he made Hamza Sheraz look like a damn amateur. Wendy Cindy Assad, salute, King. He made him look like an amateur, bro. Like, it reminded me of, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fight looked like. It reminded me of my girl Franchon Cruz versus what's my knockout artist name at female that I always used to talk about?
Talking about Ann Wolf or
the black girl. The black girl that got beat by Shadeja Green.
Shadeja Green.
That fight reminded me of Shadeja Green and Franchon Cruz. Shazasia Green was clearly the more superior on paper, and she had the power. And Franchon Cruz put that high velocity and that high work rate, and Shazasia couldn't get off. Carlos Adames looked like he was back in his damn puberty. And he was putting hands, feet, elbows, knees, toes, and everything he wanted on that man's ass. And Sheraz was sitting back. And it was clear that they was trying to rob the man because they were sitting there talking about, oh, Sheraz, he's so effective. He's so accurate. Pinpoint shots. And I'm looking, his accuracy was only 26%. Like, what are we looking at? And he had the more effective punches. No. Carlos Adames was working that man, and they're going to look into Turkey because they actually tried to rob that man for his belt on live TV. They was telling that man he down 2 rounds. Like, what the fuck? It kind of reminded me of Canelo versus Austin Trout at the time with open scoring. But, like I said, it was 2 fighters that weren't part of the zone, Carlos Adames and Arthur Benavidez. Both of them got bad calls that night. Both of them got bad calls. And then motherfuckers wonder why Tank say, you got to give me some incentive to come across there because I know I got to get the knockout. If not, y'all going to try some fuck shit. Carlos Adames won that fight 10-2. I don't even think he got 2 rounds, honestly. Like, I went back and looked at all these fights over and over, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, where did they see this shit that they're talking about? Like, how is it that close? Shout out to my brother Dank New Kane in the Cash App with the $7 holler, man. I appreciate you, family. I just need 4 more people to support either in the Cash App or the PayPal. I would appreciate either one. Thank you. And that's it, Key.
So this is how I felt because I was curious because after with this fight, it went from Chris Mannix to Anthony Crollo being an unofficial scorecard, and I was like, that's interesting. And then they had the AI judge for this card as well. The AI judge actually got it right on this one. Well, he had the AI judge had it 115, 113 for Carlos Adames. That was a lopsided. I was like, okay, I agree with the win, but Carlos Adames clearly put hands and feet on Sheraz. Sheraz had nothing for that man. He couldn't get going. He wasn't in rhythm. He was getting backed up. I mean, Carlos Adames was knocking the snot and the spit out of that man. Did y'all see that?
He was knocking the McStuffins out that man.
Exactly.
He did, because we said it, Key. We said, damn, he knocked the drool out that nigga mouth, bro. Like, bleh.
Yes. And so one thing that I did notice was that, like everybody did, Turkey get up, and we are also forgetting Frank Warren. Frank Warren got up in that fight and was screaming at Sheraz as well. So I think now, if anybody needs to be screaming, it would be Frank Warren. Now, why Turkey did all that he did, that's up to debate. A lot of speculation, a lot of controversy surrounding that. But people are bringing up the fact that, because I call it straight down. What about when Floyd Mayweather did it to Tank in the Mario Barrios fight? I think that those are apples to oranges comparison because.
What you talking about? What you say again?
So people are saying that what about when Floyd did it to Tank Davis in the Mario Barrios fight? When Floyd went up there and was like told Tank that you were down unofficially, you're down, you know what I'm saying, on the score, which we later found out that was incorrect. But how is what Floyd did different than what Turkey did for Sheraz? And I feel like that's a kind of a bit of an apples to oranges comparison because Floyd is in the Frank Warren position. That's Tank's promoter. Turkey, this is your Riyahd season event. You are supposed to be the neutral party. I don't care how much you slice or dice it. Frank Warren stood up and was yelling at Sheraz, like, yo, what you doing? Who remembers that?
Yeah,
who remembers that? Hey, Shane. Exactly. But Turkey is not like that. Turkey is supposed to sit down and be quiet.
That's like Al Heyman. That's like Al Heyman come to Tank and say, Tank, you're losing it, buddy. You're losing it. Like, Floyd was Tank's mentor, his trainer, and his motherfucking boss. Like, that was a whole different story than Turkey. You don't even know shit about boxing for one, Turkey. You've never boxed in your life. I don't think you even raised your voice at a nigga. I'm just being honest, but damn, this shit crazy, dog. Like, Turkey was trying to rob Adamas, and Adamas said, I'm not going. I'm not going at all. And that's what happened.
He said, how did Turkey get that? Okay, so let's bring that up. So Upper and chat, there are rumors circulating that that there were several people surrounding the judges, including Turkey Al-Sheikh, during a few of these fights. And so people, there was a manager, a boxing manager that posted that said that they would like that to be looked into, to be viewed, because in a regular match in America, you will not see that. The judges have to keep their eyes on the fighters at all time, and it's supposed to be impartial. You know, there's no bias in this, in their judging. But people were saying that that they put it on social media that
You
they're
went
the
out.
judges.
You went out, Key. You went out the whole thing. We didn't hear the whole thing.
Okay, what about?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but you went out
Okay.
that whole little diatribe you went. We missed it.
Okay. So there was people that posted on social media that was at the fight that said that the judges were being surrounded by different promoters, and Turkey Al-Sheikh was walking up to them, seeing how they were scoring, and so people are calling a foul on this. Now, this is just a rumor. I wasn't there, so I can't confirm it. But people were saying that in America, this is not how it's supposed to be done. When the judges are viewing fights, they're supposed to be looking at the fights. They're not supposed to have people around them surrounding them. So that is another thing that came out, was that Turkey was talking to the judges. I'm gonna just put that out there. It's a rumor. I don't know. Hey, Kamal Oz. News break with Mr. Kamal Oz. Hey, Windy City. We got some beautiful weather in Chicago. Turkey went over to the judges and looked. That's what they're saying. They're saying that that's what he did. So I don't know. And a lot of people are complaining about that. And they were saying that people were yelling. Now, this is what Stephen Edwards said. Another glitch in the integrity of boxing is there are too many people within the ringside border. People are yelling over top of judges' heads, looking at their scorecards. No one should be within the perimeter except officials and cornermen. So that's what Stephen Bradman Edwards says. I'm just putting it out there, y'all. So that's what people were seeing there. And people are calling that a bit suspect. So moving forward, Turkey, I do encourage you, if you're going to do another Riyahd season card, to make sure that the judges are not being interrupted, okay, and that you don't know the scorecards.
Or being harassed. Like, nigga, you a motherfucking damn spectator like us. Like, nigga, you learn when we learn, nigga. Shit.
Right. Now, that's what Stephen Edwards said. I'm just putting it out there. Another person that it was another boxing manager that was there that expressed their concern with the judges' scorecards and how the judges were viewing it. Another thing was the AI judge that I told you guys was coming. They did not like the AI judge. And again, we don't know the criteria that they're judging these fights, Upper. We don't know how they're judging this as far as the AI judge and the regular judges go. A lot of people also pointed out that some of these judges we never even heard of because who are they? Who the heck are they? Hey, Shane Frazier. So we're going to keep getting into that. I'm going to keep my eye on that for you, ladies and gentlemen, because that was another controversy. Now, the next up fight that caused controversy, not because of the scoring. There was no scoring. Shakur got the knockout, but his performance. Shakur Stevenson defeats Padley with a body shot in the 9th going into the 10th round. He sent Padley down about 3 times, ladies, and hey, phenomenal. Sent him down 3 times, okay, to the body. So some people feel as though Shakur did what he's supposed to do. He looked excellent. Padley didn't win not 1 round against Shakur. And he got the knockout, the stoppage. Others are saying, why did it take you 9 rounds to get him out of there when Joseph Parker did it in 2? So what was really going on? And Padley did not have any training. But here's the controversy. Some people are now claiming, Upper in chat, that Shakur Stevenson has played the public. So there is a video circulating of an interview that Shakur Stevenson did yesterday. I saw it yesterday. Shout out to the Phenomenal Show. And Shakur basically said that that Padley was always the secondary opponent, Upper. That Padley pretty much knew that he was going to face Shakur Stevenson, and that Shakur Stevenson knew that Kid Austin, he had doubts that Kid Austin was going to make it for this fight. And so Padley was always in the cut. So did Shakur, if this is true, which we got to go off of it because that's what Shakur Stevenson said in the interview, did Shakur Stevenson play the crowd? Oh, you fell asleep? Thank you. It's confirmed that Tank and Lamont broke the gate record at Barclays. Hey, congratulations, Tank. Hey, Creole. Kid Austin had an effing tag team partner. Thank you, Marquis. I'm gonna say this: Shakur looks sharp, but I don't look at him like he untouchable. I'm gonna give Padley respect. Now I want the Tank versus Shakur fight. Dodge J salute. I thought Shakur would give Tank a good fight before he stepped. Now, in my opinion, Shakur has no chance. Why? Why do y'all feel as though he has no chance? What's going on?
All right. So, my assessment of the Shakur fight. Let me ask y'all a question. Right? Y'all remember when Shakur was sitting in his chair and he was talking to Tank, and he said, "Your beef ain't with Floyd, Tank, it's with me," right? Y'all remember that, right? Remember that, Key?
Yeah.
You remember what kind of shape? Do you remember what kind of shape that Shakur was in sitting there?
Is that a pop?
Sparkling water, Key.
Okay, go ahead, Upper.
Okay. Yeah, you remember what kind of shape Shakur was in, right?
For what?
When he was calling out Tank.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up so people can see what I'm talking about. Because you realize Shakur was calling out Tank. He wasn't in shape, right? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm pulling this up.
Fresh Baker said fat.
Fresh Baker said what?
He's fat.
Yeah, you know he was chubby. He was out of shape. Like, y'all remember when Tank was fighting Devin, right? Hold on. Now y'all look at this. Now this is Shakur Stevenson. Now I want people to use their minds. I want them to use their brains. This right here is called thinking outside the box. Matter of fact, it's called being smart. Right? It's called using your IQ. Mr. Boxing Fanatic, salute, King. Okay.
It's not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you.
Shape, right?
Javante Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight happen.
Okay, now y'all see Shakur's out of shape. Motherfucker look like he's goddamn Happy Meal away from being fat. So if I call this Shakur right here, no, Mr. Empire, you always say crazy shit. That's not what we're saying, Mr. Empire. Just watch before you start saying something. Now, if I call this Shakur Stevenson right here, and I say, Shakur, you got to fight in 3 days. Now, Shakur hasn't been in training camp. He's been chilling. Now, if I tell Shakur he has to fight in 3 days, And I put him in a ring with a George Kambosos that's had a 9-week training camp. On God, George Kambosos will beat this Shakur coming off of 3 days' notice. Coming off of 3 days' notice, George Kambosos will beat Shakur sitting right here. You know why? Because Shakur is not in shape. Shakur ain't have no training camp right here. He's sitting there chilling. Now that brings me to my point. Joshua Padley was at work on Tuesday. That night, he found out he had a fight. He didn't get a chance to go to no training camp. He didn't get no core work. He didn't get no road work. He didn't get no strength and conditioning. That's a man coming straight off the streets to fight one of the top 10 fighters. Do you think that would last with anybody else? Josh Padley was in there and he was able to go 10 rounds. He was able to go 10 rounds. Styles the artist, salute. Visiting for another planet. I see you're not using your critical thinking skills. Camp 11, salute. So this man was able to not only go out there and fight high level against Shakur, he was able to catch Shakur with some shots, and Shakur beat him to the body. Shakur beat him to the body. Big Drew, are you saying Padley was in shape, Big Drew? Are you saying that he was at work? Jado, salute. Big Drew, they just told you that the man boxing is part-time for this man. This man didn't have no, Kawhi, stop, bro. Stop. He didn't have no training camp.
Can we really say that if Shakur put it out there that Padley was always the second option if Kid Austin dropped out of the fight?
Of course, they said Padley was the second option, but Padley even told you he didn't have a training camp. Price boy, salute, King. Padley even said he didn't have no training camp. So, of course, you're going to sit there and do that when people sit there saying this man is an electrician that went 10 rounds with you. But what I'm saying is, Padley was able to catch Shakur. Shakur back straight up, like Tank said. He don't get his hands off. He don't get his head off the line. He doesn't get his head off the line. And that's a problem. If he's fighting a Tank Davis, he keeps that head on the line and he backs straight up, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. And yes, if a person ain't been to no type of training camp, best thing you do is go to the body. The body is how you stop him. The man ain't had no road work. He ain't have no conditioning. LaMarcus Robinson, salute. But the man was getting hit in the face by Shakur and getting mad and throwing combos back. Now, honestly, Alan Sostain, my VPN general, salute. Honestly, and I can say this, Padley, and I'm going to be all the way 100 because, you know, I keep it 100 over here. Padley's not a bullshit fighter, though. You feel me? Padley is not a bullshit fighter. That's for one. The man upset Mark Chamberlain. I would rather like to see Padley. Oh, salute, phenomenal. I would like to see Padley versus Shakur with them both going through a full training camp. Because that man didn't have no core work. I think it goes to 12 rounds. If he can go 10 rounds without a training camp, I think he goes 12 rounds with Shakur. He has more energy, more gas. I think that fight will look a whole lot different. Not saying he would beat Shakur, but it wouldn't look the same. If he even had half a camp. That's what I'm saying. So I really can't give Shakur a high performance. Yeah, he did it what he needed to do, but it took him too long to do it. And see, that's why I be telling people, Shakur is not a power puncher. Shakur hits and don't get hit. That's his thing. But people act like his defense is all like that. His defense is not. He backs straight up. He don't get his head off the line. Shakur gets tagged. He gets tagged. He just got quick flicks reflexes where he can snatch his head back. But you can work that body. And I'm telling you, a fight with him and Tank, it's going to be lights out. That's why you got Jay Prince sitting there talking about they want $6.5 million up front with 35% on the back end. But do y'all know Shakur only got, what was it, $2.5 million for this fight with Paddy?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's decreased.
If I'm not mistaken, Shakur only got $2.5 million for this fight. But then you got Shakur sitting there saying he knows what he's worth and he's not just going to take no bullshit offer. And then you got his manager, Jay Prince, talking about $6.5 million with 35% on the back end. That's not going to happen. And then they already setting it up because Shakur talking about Turkey got the money. Let's set this fight up. Y'all not understanding. Why do he keep trying to put Turkey, Sheraz, salute? Why does he keep trying to put Turkey involved in their fight? They don't need Turkey a la shitty to come in there and set the fight up. Tank is the clear A side with Al Heyman and Amazon Prime. See, what they're trying to do is the same thing Bud did. And if they think that's going to happen, we're not going to get that fight. And I'm going to be honest. After watching that performance of Shakur, and I'm just being real, I would rather see Tank versus Keyshawn Davis first. Yeah, Planet 619. Mark McCauley got $500,000 for two. What you mean, Easy Walters? You don't think Keyshawn Davis versus Tank is better? I think right now, Keyshawn Davis has done more at 135 than Shakur has done at 135. Shakur beat Yoshino. Yoshino said he didn't even feel the power. But Shakur beat Yoshino. He beat Artyom that Frank Martin just beat. He fought Edwin De Los Santos where he ran the whole fight. I'm just being honest. He ran the whole fucking fight and then he just beat Padley, who came off of working on houses. Keyshawn Davis, he's beat Lemos and he just won a belt against Baranchek. Shakur didn't win his belt. He was gifted his belt. So like I said, Keyshawn fought an undefeated champion for his belt at 135. I didn't say Keyshawn has done more than Shakur in his career. I said at 135, Keyshawn has a better resume at 135 than Shakur Stevenson. That's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is the Keyshawn Davis fight will probably do more because be as quiet as kept, Keyshawn is starting to make a name for himself and people want to see him versus Tank right now. Well, David Suzanne, Keyshawn is the second man to stop Pedraza, but Pedraza was weight gain. Planet 619. I didn't fall for Keyshawn's clout chasing. I showed y'all what happened. I showed y'all what happened when Keyshawn and Tank fought in sparring. But I'm saying right now, Keyshawn beat Baranchek and he stopped Lemos that Africa struggled with. Right now, Keyshawn is popping. He's knocking shit out. Shakur is not. I'm being honest. And Keyshawn talking real fucking greasy. If I was Tank, I would want to take that nigga the fuck up out of here. And shout out to my man, Linwood Hall, Semper Fi. Shout out to all my veterans and everybody that represent this great country in the armed services. With the 757 in the cash app, he say, for Semper Fi 757, Portsmouth, Virginia. First time watching. Appreciate you, King. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you.
Can I add in something, Upper?
Maybe you can always add in something, but also shout out to the beautiful Queen Arena in the Cash App with the $2 holler. Appreciate you, Queen. But go ahead, Key.
Okay, so this is how I feel. And shout out to the phenomenal show. Hey, Boxing Fanatics, High Stylist, the Artesian. Milan is in the building, and Fareed and Melvin there. Good to see you guys. Okay, so here's what I think, right? I think that we are sometimes, I feel like some people are judging Shakur Stevenson's performance a little biasly because, you know, you're trying to see about, we're looking for that wow factor. Some of us are, that Tank Davis and other fighters give us. And those are two different styles. I still want the Shakur Stevenson over Keyshawn Davis. I thought with the Padley fight, what pissed me off, if I have to grade it, I'll give it a B+. Or a B-, because he had Padley ready for him. Well, Padley was ready to go down. Gretel, please stop. Padley was ready to go like 3 times prior to the first knockdown. And I'm like, come on, Shakur, just go ahead. And he finally got Padley hurt with that body stomach, and that IQ kicked in to keep hitting him. Now, do I would like to see a rematch? At first, I was like, yeah, but now I'm like, nah, he got the stoppage. Padley made life-changing money, and Padley's stock has actually grown. People are wanting to see him more because he upset Mark Chamberlain a few months ago, and now he went 9 rounds with the Shakur Stevenson. So Padley didn't lose anything. You know, I'm curious to see how they're going to move him forward. But I think that they need to make the Tank and Shakur fight, and I'm hoping that if Tank gets past Lamont Roach on Saturday, I know, right? I'm sorry, y'all. If Tank gets, it's my bird, y'all. If Padley gets past Tank, if Tank gets past Lamont Roach, which I think he will on Saturday, I would like to see Shakur versus Tank in the summer. Period.
Best friend, you need a second to take the bird out the room.
I'm about to get her together.
Okay, I can hold it down while you do it. Good gracious. She talking up a storm today. She called she called Key Mama Bird. But oh yeah, Key loves her animals. Don't get it twisted. Key loves her animals. But what I'm saying is, Planet 6, well, I know what type of fighter Shakur is. I just said for the public, the Keyshawn Davis fight looks more appealing for Tank Davis. But I've already said that Keyshawn gets knocked the fuck out. For real. Shout out to my nigga Melvin at Podcast. James Marshall in the building. I think the Shakur fight will be a better technical fight. But I think the Keyshawn fight will be more action-packed. See, Tank is going to have to walk Shakur down. He's going to have to hunt Shakur. Because Shakur, first off, his hands are brittle. Tank's going to have to hunt that man down. And honestly, I can see Shakur backing straight up on that line and Tank catching him with a leaping hook. Do I want to see Tank versus Shakur? Yes. I want to see Tank versus everybody. I even want to see Tank versus Devin. And people like Upper, why do you want to see Tank versus Devin? Because, check this out. Just because Ryan Garcia beat Devin, that don't mean the fight with Tank and Devin will look the same. And y'all rock with me. I'm going to tell you something. Y'all remember these 3 guys, and I bring them up all the time. Y'all know Shane Mosley, Antonio Margarito, and Vernon Forrest, right? Antonio Margarito beat Vernon Forrest's ass twice. Whooped him. Whooped his ass. But Sugar Shane whooped Margarito ass twice. Margarito just couldn't beat Sugar Shane, and Vernon Forrest just couldn't beat Margarito. But Vernon Forrest whooped Sugar Shane ass twice. Sugar Shane just couldn't beat Vernon Forrest. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, in boxing, styles make fights. Just because one person beat opponent don't mean the next person will. The triangle theory does not work in fighting. Every time two people fight, it's going to be a different fight. I know how people be like, well, that man beat him, so I know such and such to beat him. That's not always the case. Like I just told you with those three. Just because that happened don't mean that that will happen. Like, it's different like that. Like, you might have a front foot dominant fighter that puts on the pressure and won't allow you to set your motherfucking feet, and he's popping your ass. And then you might got one that's a beautiful boxer that will box your ass up, and you got one person with power that can catch that front foot dominant because he's wild and reckless, and he's a counterpuncher. Like, styles make fights. Like, one style don't beat all unless you Floyd Mayweather. But what I'm saying is, it's also about the boxer's acumen, about the boxer's IQ. And it's about disguising your shots and setting shit up. See, Shakur's at a disadvantage because he doesn't have that lights on switch. So Shakur has to be more cautious, and he has to think more cerebrally. SBG Mello in the building. He has to be more cerebral because he just can't go out there and cut the light switch off. The difference with Tank is Tank can also box his ass off, but it's not a sense of urgency. See, when Shakur goes out there, he knows he has to be perfect because he's looking to win on the scorecards. He knows he's trying to find a pattern so he can download the information, set you up, and hit you with that off switch. And see, that's the difference between fighters that can send your ass to the moon with one shot. When you got one punch power, like Deontay Wilder say, he got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I just got to be perfect for 3 seconds. And see, Tank can afford to let rounds slip by. He can afford to let fighters get off. But one thing about Tank that a lot of people ain't mentioning, Tank has one of the highest accuracies in punching. Like, his punching percentage, he has one of the highest averages all time. And a lot of times people think Tank get hit, but he catches the shot off the gloves. He be catching shots off his gloves and slipping. And one thing about Shakur is one of the least hitting boxers that get hit. So the fight between Shakur and Tank, it's not going to be no William Zepeda and motherfucking Tevin Farmer type shit. What it's going to be Crown Jewel Boxing Salute. It's going to be like one of the purest forms of boxing. Like, it's going to be a more cerebral situation. Now, I didn't say he don't be up on a scorecard as a killer. I'm saying, if so, he can afford. Like, when Floyd was telling him he was down against Barrios, he can afford that. Yeah, Shakur is not that much more accurate than Tank. Matter of fact, Tank has a higher accuracy than Shakur. But Shakur is good in combination punches. Shakur is an amateur style boxer. Shakur lives off points. He's good at scoring points. He don't really sit down on his punches, and I see why, because his hands. Don trick him, don't trick him. Well, hey, DZ Sanchez, you talking about Tank is going to be running after Shakur, right? When we learn how to box, you know the first thing they teach us, besides a jab, in boxing, the first thing they teach us is to cut the ring off. And if Tank's supposed to be such a great fighter, elite fighter, now this is what I'm saying. If Tank's supposed to be such a great and elite fighter, then he should be able to cut the ring off. He should be able to hunt Shakur down and cut the ring off. And
okay, but how would Tank fare with Shakur's movement though? Shakur does have good defense. Padley wasn't really able to touch his chin like that unless he got close to him.
Well, like I was saying, right? Shakur has good movement. GM salute. But, and Patty did touch Shakur moving a couple times when Shakur backed up. Patty caught him with the jumping hook twice. But what I'm saying is, once Shakur gets near that rope, it's going to be like a Frank Martin situation. See, in boxing, first thing they teach us is to cut the ring off. So I don't want to hear that shit that I don't want to see Tank versus Shakur because Tank going to have to chase him around the room. That's part of boxing. Boots had to do it with Karen Kukadaji. And if you good at cutting the ring off, you don't have to chase a motherfucker around the room. You beat him to that point and you corral him the same way he corralled Frank Martin, who is an athletically gifted, fast-foot person. But Tank knows how to cut off the ring. It'll be action. De Los Santos could have pressed the gas on Shakur, he just didn't. But Arden was able to, people are able to land on Shakur. But you got to go for his body. The body is how you slow a person that moves down. If you tired of Shakur moving, hit him in the body. If you hit him in the body, that take away his legs. But Tank is fast. And you know they're going to have to train for that. It's all about how you train for a fight. So if Tank and his people know Shakur's going to be moving around, that's what you got to train for. And that right there will show me how elite Tank is if he can hunt Shakur down and finish him. Exactly phenomenal. Tank probably got some of the fastest hands in boxing. But the only problem I got with the Tank and Shakur fight is Shakur needs to know his position. He has to know that he has no pay-per-view buys. He's been on Thursday night. He's done dropped from headliner to co-main event. Like, he's the third fight and everything. Like, you can't be having Jay Prince talk about 6.5 million up front and 35% on the back end. Now, if they give Shakur the same, if they give Shakur the same deal that they gave Frank Martin, I still think that's too much, but I think it's a great deal. If they give him 1.5 up front and 30% on the back end, he can't turn that down. He just got 2.5 for his last fight. And if they do 500,000 pay-per-views and a $15 million gate, if he get 30% on the back end plus that 1.5, right? That's 55 million cut it in half. That's 28. That's still 17.5 million. That's if he gets 1.5 million up front and 30% on the back end. If they do 500,000, that's 17.5 million. If Shakur asks for any more than 1.5 and 30% on the back end, then he overpriced himself. Jermaine Wood, he doesn't deserve the Ryan deal. How can you say give Shakur the Ryan deal when Ryan came with 20 million subscribers? It ain't about what you want. It's about what you can ask for. And it's about what you can bring to the table. Ryan Garcia, you say what play? You said 30% back end of the entire 500K? Yeah. The whole thing, hey, GM. Yeah. Ryan took, actually, Thomas, Ryan took 2.5 and 40% of the back end, I thought.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
go ahead.
Oh, I'm almost done. What I'm saying is, if he gets the same thing that Frank Martin got, which is 1.5, if he had 1.5 up front and 30% in the back, the same thing that Frank Martin got, if they do 500,000, I'm thinking they could probably do 6. But if they could do 500,000, if they could do 500,000, and if he get 1.5 up front and 30% of the back end, that's $17.5 million that Shakur will walk away with. That's $17.5 million. AGM. That's what I said. I said if he wants $6.5 million, I will go ahead and give his ass $10 million flat, and nigga, that's what you get. But talking about 6.5 up front and motherfucking 35% in the back end, Jay Prince done bumped his motherfucking head.
Okay, so can I say this?
Okay.
So after the fight had occurred, Shakur Stevenson, of course, as we all know, said that Tank Davis is easy work and everything else. I like the back and forth, but here's my thing. So Eddie Hearn has already came out and said Davis putting hurdles into making the fight. And I'm a little concerned about this because Phenomenal just sent me something saying that that Tank is going to send Shakur Stevenson an offer for a July fight. But Eddie Hearn is already claiming that Tank Davis is putting up a resistance to avoid Shakur Stevenson. So I'm hoping and praying that Eddie Hearn and Turkey don't try to pull no fast one, because the fight is gonna more than likely be on PBC. They're not gonna go after what we just saw this weekend. Now everybody can know that Tank was right in his feeling of, why would I go up over there? Look at what they just did. So my thing is, Eddie, please don't put up any type of barriers or impediments for Shakur Stevenson to make this fight. But I am concerned because that's a lot of, like, I can get why Shakur would want more money. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because you got Jay Prince, Eddie Hearn. I know what that is. I get that, but at the end of the day, he got bills to pay too. So I can see my.
See, that's what the thing is.
Wait a minute. I get another Devin versus Shakur 2.0 with the money and everything being an argument over that. I can see that occurring if these barriers that Eddie Hearn is saying, you know what I'm saying, capitalizes. I can see that being it.
I'm gonna tell you the barrier that I already seen. I was trying to tell you about when I called you earlier, but you didn't answer. But first off, let me go ahead and say this. I know best friend, I'm talking shit. But let me go ahead and say this. Jermaine Woods, he got too many hands in his pocket. That don't mean shit to fucking Tank. How many hands do we got in his pocket with this $2.5 million he just got? See, that's when y'all motherfuckers be getting twisted. Just because you got problems over there, that's not my call. Nigga, how much was you making before me? Nigga, you made 2.5 this fight. You made 2 the last fight. Nigga, I'm giving you 1.5 and 30 on the back end. If you don't want it, nigga, fuck you. It's other fighters out there. Like, motherfuckers be acting like the A-side got a fucking cater. Canelo ain't catering to shit. Canelo is not catering to a motherfucking shit. And I seen this morning, the resistance is that they're trying to put the fight on Riyahd season. What Shakur and Eddie Hearn said is, Turkey got the money. He's trying to set the fight up. Tank, what's up? Nigga, they don't need Turkey to set their fight up. They've been doing good. Key, how much did they make last year? All 3 fights? Or the year before? I mean, the year before.
About 300 million.
They did 75 million gate in 3 fights. They did 1.4 million, 700,000. That's 2.8 million pay-per-views. 2.8 million pay-per-view buys of 3 fights and 75 million in gates. The quick math, let's just say 3 million pay-per-view. That's what is that, Key? That's $240 million in pay-per-views right there. Plus 75, like Key said, 300 million. They just did 300 million in 3 fights. The fuck do they need Turkey to come from? They don't need Turkey. And I told y'all before, Turkey is so hard up on trying to do a fight with Tank. And now they're trying to push this narrative that Tank is putting up roadblocks. First off, Shakur, Tank don't give a damn about your belt, so you're not going to get a Bud and Earl situation. Tank has exactly, Akello. Tank has a deal with Amazon. He's not coming to the zone. His deal is with Amazon Prime. The fuck is Tank going to mess up? How big was that deal for 6 fights? Wasn't it like 240 or 300?
200 million, allegedly.
He has a 200 million guaranteed contract with Amazon Prime. You think he's about to fuck that up for Turkey? It's not going to happen. And that's why I say Eddie and Shakur are already trying to force Tank hand, talking about he's putting up resistance because he's not trying to agree to fight on Riyahd season. And he's not going to fight on Riyahd season. And Turkey has been setting all this shit up. Yeah, 275 million, Kamal. He said 300. That's close to it. But what I'm saying is, this is the problem. If Tank offers Shakur the same thing as Frank Martin, which is 1.5 up front and 30% on the back end, that means he got 2.5 million guaranteed. He got 2.5 guaranteed. You feel what I'm saying? For the whole fight, this last fight. So that's 1 million less than he got for this whole fight on Riyahd season. But you're getting 30% of the pay-per-views. Not to mention the sponsors. When you fight on PBC, you get sponsors. Al could get somebody to put something on your shorts for between 1 to 5 million. They get that. Floyd was getting 10 million per bumper sticker on his ass. Do you understand? And Shakur and Tank will definitely do more than 400,000. What do you think Shakur and Tank can do, Key?
If I was a betting woman, I would say between 450 to 600K.
Let's just say on the high end, because a lot of people want to see Tank after this Roach fight. So let's just say they do 600,000. 600,000 now. And a $15 million gate. They might do higher than $15 million gate, because ain't him and Lamont Roach at like 10 right now?
I was just about to say they just broke it for 11.
Tank and Lamont Roach just did $11 million gate. Tank and Frank Martin did a $13 million gate. Tank and Shakur in Vegas does 15 to 20 million, but I would say 15 to be on the low end. So a $15 million gate with Tank versus Shakur. $15 million gate. And let's just say 600,000 pay-per-view buys, right? That's 48 million. So 58. That's $63 million that they generate just off 60. Okay, when this city, I'm going to just say 600 to be safe. But that's $63 million. Right? That's $63 million, not including the sponsorships. So $63 million. That means Shakur walks away with 30% of 63 million is 20. That's $21 million, around 20 plus the 1.5. He'll walk away with around 22.5. If they do 600K, if he takes the damn 30%, that means Shakur makes $22.5 million. That's more money than he's made at lightweight and super featherweight put together. $22.5 million. I don't think he's made that in his entire career. I know he hasn't made it in his last 10. You can add up his paychecks from his last 10 fights, and it won't come up to that right there. So if Tank offers that, because that's what they're going to offer, because what's your dude's name? Leonard Ellerby said Tank ain't taking no pay cuts. They gave Frank Martin 30%. They're giving, I heard Lamont Roach is getting around 30%. So they gave him 30%. Lamont get 30%. Rolly got 30%. So they're offering the B-side 30%. The only person they got different from that was Ryan. And Ryan Garcia brought 20 million subscribers to that. And you see they did between 1.2 to 1.6 million. Shakur's not bringing 20 million followers. Shakur's not bringing no pay-per-view sales. Shakur's not even bringing them. He's been a headliner his last few fights. He hasn't. They done had Shakur on Thursday night fighting, on damn Saturday as a damn co-main. This time he was a co-main. Like, if he turns down 1.5 and 30 million, that's a blatant duck. Because he has a chance to make over 20 million. But y'all try to put it on Riyahd season. And if you turn this down because y'all, Eddie and Tank, see, and Eddie, he said he ain't got shit to do with Tank. But then he wants to wash Turkey out of shit shoes. And now he talking about it's time to make the Tank fight. And they both sit there saying that Turkey has the money to put up the fight. Why do you need Turkey to put up the money for the fight, Shakur? Turkey's not going to give you $20 million, Shakur. Turkey is not going to give you 20 million when he's only giving Baturiev and them 10 million. He's not about to give no black man no $20 million. Are you serious? You're not getting that. And the problem is they got y'all niggas fooled, bro. Your best bet is go to the man that takes care of his own, Al Heyman.
Absolutely. And for those, hey, all things, my right hand, Brian, the king of the chats in the building. Salute, King. Hey, Planet. For those who are going to be in the New York area, and shout out to Al Booga Upper, D1 and the Rise Podcast did their raffle, and Al Booga, one of our homies in the chat, won the free ticket to the Tank Davis fight. So shout out to Al Booga.
Shout out to my nigga Al Boogie.
Absolutely. Shout out to D1 and in his podcast and the Rise Podcast for what they did. That was really good. But
hold on one second. Kawhi.
Okay.
Tank has already fought twice on that deal, bro. And then if he fights Lamont Roach, that'll be 3. And he said he got 3 more fights after that, Kawhi. So that'll be the 6 fights.
DZ, the way that I see, I think it could, because if we go with the projections from the Frank Martin fight, it was said that they made between domestically was 250, but it was upwards to 500K internationally. And then, so if we do with the Shakur Stevenson, by him being on this card and by people been talking about Shakur and Tank for so long, I think 600K would not be, or 650 would not be out the ballpark. But for sure, they're going to smash that live gate. I'm going to be there. If it's in July, I'm there. But if you're going to be in New York this week for the Tank Davis fight, Upper, it was just updated. The media workout is Wednesday. It starts at 2 p.m. starting with Sandor Martin all the way until 4 o'clock Eastern Standard for Tank Davis. On Thursday, Wednesday is this Wednesday for
we'll be
media. Yep, media workout is Wednesday. The final press conference is on the 27th at the Barclays Center. And the open to the public weigh-in is open to the public will be Friday. And then we all know Saturday is the main card. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, very big weekend. If you guys are in New York City, y'all got y'all tickets. Make sure y'all attend. Make sure y'all attend this because it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, Al Booga, congratulations, King. That is a very good look. Tank stopped Shakur the same way he stopped Ryan with a body shot. Let's see. I want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying, Terrell? I'm so tired of it. I want to see the fight. Let's hope that Eddie Hearn is capping about these barriers that all of a sudden Tank Davis is putting up. I think it has something to do with them wanting it to be on PBC and not on Riyahd. So I could see that being a very big issue, like Upper was saying. I think they're going to go back and forth with that. But as we all know, PBC really does not need Riyahd. So come on, Shakur. Make this fight, Shakur, please.
But yeah, make this fight. And Key, can you really understand why people are trying to get Tank to fight over there? Like, think about it. Like, that's just like saying that the Philadelphia Eagles got home field advantage, but they're gonna go play the Rams at the Rams house. Like, why do I got home field advantage for me just to give it up to go play at your home field? Like, bro, that shit crazy. And can I get 3 more people in the Cash App or the PayPal to support the grind for the day? Give me 3 people in the Cash App or the PayPal to support the grind. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Smack that like button one time. Smack that like button like Virgil Ortiz. No, smack that like button like Joseph Parker knocking down the big Bacole. Smack that thing.
Absolutely. And so so that's pretty much I hope that we get this fight. I really do, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I
hope they don't start the bullshit because they already talking about, like I said, Shakur just said, Turkey got the money, let's make the fight. But see, these motherfuckers are so stupid, Key. Just like I used to be critical of Bud. Like Bud, he wanted the guarantee. Bet on yourself, my brother. Like, do you not know when you get a guarantee that puts a threshold on your fucking paper? Manny Pacquiao did 6 fights that did over 1 million pay-per-view for Top Rank. He got his biggest bag, besides the Floyd, he got his biggest bag when him and Keith Thurman did 580,000 pay-per-view buys with PBC. Manny Pacquiao did, I think, 1.3 million with Oscar. Manny Pacquiao got like 12 million up front and got like 10 million on the back end. Like with Top Rank, your first 500,000 pay-per-views don't count. So then you're getting like 20% of the back end. So he was getting 20% of 800,000 pay-per-views. So 800,000 pay-per-views, which is 48 million, and then he's only getting 20% of that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's cold blood. That's like 8.5 million. So this man just put on 1.3 million pay-per-views, and he's walking away with 22 million. That's how they used to kill Canelo. Canelo and Triple G went over 1 million pay-per-views twice. And the last time it was like 8. But Canelo wasn't getting but 24, 25 million. That's why he tried to sue Oscar after he had the Caleb Plant fight. Hey, look, Caleb Plant, he fought Caleb Plant. He seen how that payday looked different from the Caleb Plant fight. He like, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. A Darius Warner salute, my brother. But GM, yes, Shakur wants 60, 40, 50, 50, but he's not determined to make that. I mean, he's not worth no 50-50 or no 60-40. Like I said, I don't even believe Shakur's worth 30% because that's 20-some million if they do it. But I wouldn't mind him getting 30 because this is still a good fight. This is still a good fight. And 30% is still 5 times more than you've ever made. I'm not going to knock a person getting their money. I'm not about to knock a person getting their money.
Well, speaking, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say with the last thing with Shakur, a lot of people, as far as speaking of money, during that fight, Shakur had injured his hand. It appears he was grimacing a couple times during that fight. And when he took it off, there were reports. When he took off his gloves, there were reports that came out that he did re-injure. I think it was his left hand upper. But that did not deter Shakur because on social media, he said, same thing that happened to the electrician, man, will happen to all your favorite fighters. Bro, I understand boxing better than anybody. Hit and don't get hit puts me above everyone else. All easy work. So he is not deterred by his hand allegedly being hurt in this fight. Do you guys think that Shakur needs to have both of his hands healed? Does he need to take some time off? Maybe July would be too soon for him if he did, in fact, re-injure that hand, because I saw his face when he was swinging in that Padley fight, and we called it out on Saturday. We was like, oh, I think he just hurt his hand again. So what do y'all think? Like, is this hand injury? Is that something to be concerned about?
Yes. Yes, you gotta be concerned about that.
GM said it's both hands. He needs hands. And well, people are comparing it to the Floyd Mayweather. Remember Floyd Mayweather and his hands were injured. So they're saying that, it's Shakur Stevenson on his Floyd Mayweather run right now. When Floyd used to be injured and everything, which made him one of the GOATs. He used to let me look at it. I think I got hella messages. My fault.
Yeah, Floyd hands was soft and brittle. That's why he started going to the body more and stopped throwing punches as hard. Like, that's why Floyd stopped becoming a knockout artist like he used to be. You know, Floyd used to be a damn knockout king. But when his hands started getting brittle, he had to take his hands off of that.
Achilles, yeah. Hey, Nine Ether, he said he needs a hand transplant. Okay. Thank you, all things. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Marcus. I want the fight in Vegas. We all are pushing for that. And do not Riyahd. What I noticed about the Shakur fight, Keyshawn will beat Shakur. Oh my goodness, TM. Here we go. Y'all finna start it up now. Talk to Floyd about getting those gloves with extra padding. Yeah. That will work. Or I think they need to think about rewrapping, figuring out how to wrap his hands upper and chat.
That won't do that. I won't do that, because it still got fit inside that glove. And he need extra padding in the glove.
Oh, his hands were injured. He did. Damn, Shakur. Thank you to GM. Oh my goodness. Shakur, I need both of y'all. I don't want no excuses, upper. We already got the excuse with Ryan being weight drained. And Ryan was in better shape than he was with Devin Haney. We can all agree with that one. We don't need
Ryan was weight drained, but he was sitting there eating a damn pizza.
And a taco. We don't need none of that. Come on, Shakur. I need your hands to be in tip-top shape, man. He's saying that Tank Davis is easy work. I want to see it. I gotta see it. But speaking of easy work, another person that inserted themselves in this conversation was Frank Martin. Frank Martin has officially started to call out Shakur Stevenson. He said that there was never no paperwork signed. Yes. He said he never signed any paperwork, and he said, just get your hand right. He wants Shakur Stevenson next.
What
do you think about it? Frank Martin or Shakur Stevenson?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. If Shakur don't get his hand right, Frank Martin going to dust him up. I think Frank Martin, he's athletic. He's been in there with Tank. Frank, he's quick. He's fast. He fights beautifully. But, Frank, what weight are you trying to fight Shakur at, Frank Martin? Shakur is the
question. Yeah.
Frank, you said you're going to 140. Shakur's the 135 champion. So if you're calling out Shakur, that must mean you're about to come down to 135 to fight him. And that would be a hell of a fight for Shakur to fight Frank Martin. But y'all want me to tell y'all what I think? And like I said, I need 3 people to support the grind for the day. Can I get 3 people? Kobe Myers. That sounds stupid as hell, Kobe. And I'm going to tell you why. Kobe. You said Frank should have took the $1 million he was offered to fight Shakur last year. Kobe Myers, did you think about what you just wrote before you wrote it? So Frank Martin should have took the $1 million and fought Shakur, or got the $13 million he got to fight Tank Davis. Think about what you're saying, Kobe. Frank Martin has just got a universal payday that everybody in boxing would love to have. Do you know that 99.2% of all boxers never receive $1 million? Never. Never receive $1 million. Frank got 13. He's riding around the ghost right now. He doesn't have to fight no more. One fight with Tank got him 8 figures in generational wealth. And you saying he should have said fuck that and fought for $1 million? That's why I said I hope you didn't think about that before you typed it. Sometimes proofread your stuff, bro. I'm just being honest. Proofread.
Yes. Well, speaking of fights, Upper, I can confirm. Remember, I was excited for the Oscar De La Hoya versus Eddie Hearn. Oscar De La Hoya is not lacing up his gloves, you guys. He said he's been thinking about it, but no, thanks. He's been keeping himself in good shape, and he loves doing yoga in the morning. So Oscar De La Hoya is not returning to the ring this year. We can scratch him off as the older fighter that's making a return.
Because his fighters are starting to pick up some steam now. He know Ryan about to get that payday. He know Virgil about to get the payday. Oscar say, fuck it, I ain't got to get in the ring now. And he know Barbosa is about to be on T.O. ass. Oscar sitting pretty right now.
He is. And not to mention, he just did the Masked Singer a couple days ago where he was singing and he uncovered himself. He was in a pea suit. A pea suit. The peas with the suit. I was like, that's Oscar. Shout out to Oscar De La Hoya, man. Yoga in the morning. He said he liked doing yoga in the morning. I quote that. He said he likes doing his yoga. But back to this fight card.
Oscar doing naked yoga.
Thank you, Upper. Now back to this one. David Benavidez, with the new winner of the Bivol and Beterbiev fight. Bivol won, controversy. A lot of people feel as though, including myself, that Beterbiev pulled that off. But Bivol is now the undisputed king of that division. But it's looking like David Benavidez might have to wait before getting in the ring with Bivol. It is said that Callum Smith might be the front runner. Is with David Benavidez instead of Bivol, because allegedly we could begin the trilogy of the Bivol versus Beterbiev fight. How y'all feel about that? Talk to me. Do we need a trilogy at this point? Do we think they should fight other people? Is David Benavidez being shorted? Because he is the Mando. He was the Mando. He beat Morrell to become the mandatory.
I told you that if David Benavidez agrees to fight on Riyahd season, then he will get the fight for the belt next. But then I told you, Turkey's, when he said that, David Benavidez did this to himself. I'm going to tell you why. Turkey Alashiki, after David Morrell and David Benavidez became pay-per-view stars, he sat there and told David Benavidez, hey, I want you to come fight on Riyahd season for the belts. And David Benavidez, Kobe Myers, how are you sitting there saying that Frank was nobody to turn down a Shakur offer, period? Are you serious? Frank Martin had a bigger buzz than Shakur at that moment. He was managed by Earl Spence. He had just beat Lil Ali. He had just took out Rivera. He had just took out motherfucking Artyom, and Earl Spence was his guy. He had a chance to turn it down, especially when they was talking with Tanks. And it shows he was the guy because he made more money in that one fight than Shakur has made at 135. What do you mean? Like, you wanted him to go and Shakur was going to get $4 million and Frank was about to get $1 million. Shakur wasn't no 4 million times better than Frank. Nigga, you sound silly. You sound silly. It's the business of boxing. But what it is, now, like I was saying though, Keith, David Benavidez, Turkey said, look, I want you to come over here and fight for the belts over here on Riyahd season. And David said, I appreciate the offer, but he said, my fans is over here. Okay, Kobe, you're still talking nonsense. Shakur's a 2-division champion. Frank has never been a champion, but Frank was still packing out the shows. Frank was still packing out the shows. That's what you don't understand. It's about your crowd presence. It's about how many people you can put in the stands. Devin Haney was an undisputed champion. Him and Regis Prograis did 25,000 pay-per-view buys, so it does matter. If you can't sell, then don't nobody want you. And why should Frank take $1 million Why Shakur gets $4 million when he can turn around and fight Tank Davis and get $1.5 million and 30% on the back end. Frank was a somebody, Kobe, ever since Earl Spence had Frank. Frank beat Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. That's what brought him up. When Frank dropped Virgil Ortiz. Frank has been a name, Kobe. You just too stuck on Shakur that you think, if that's the case, Kobe, Shakur should have took the 25% from Devin. Shakur was nobody to turn down the undisputed champion Devin. Shakur wanted 30%, but he should have took the 25 in your logic, Kobe. Who is he, a man with no belt, to turn down the undisputed champion? Kobe Myers. That's why I know you don't know shit about boxing. You said being an Earl Spence fighter doesn't make you somebody? Well, Earl Spence got sponsored by Floyd, and that brought names. No, it ain't about that. It's once you get endorsed by a fighter, their fan base follows you. And Earl Spence fan base was rocking with Frank Martin. Go look it up and do the numbers. When Floyd said Earl was the truth, everybody's eyes started going to Earl. And it's facts. Like what you're saying don't make sense, bro. I know you come from the other channels. I can tell. But yeah, Key, David Benavidez sat there and said, I appreciate the offer, Turkey. Yeah, I'm done talking to him, Shane. Turkey, he said, Turkey, I appreciate the offer, but my fans is here in the U.S. Well, Kobe, then so what, Kobe? He was catching everybody else's attention. Your attention didn't matter, I guess. But yeah, so after he said that, Key, after David Benavidez said, I built my name on the PBC, this is my fans, I'm not fighting over there. When he said that, Turkey Alashiki said, well, you know what? We're going to do a trilogy with the Bivol fight. You remember that, Key? He did it right after that. And I said, damn. Yeah. I said, Benavidez done fucked up. Because now he going to try to force Benavidez either to fight over here or, nigga, you not about to do it. And it's fucked up that he's doing that and he's paying off the sanctioning bodies. He's paying the sanctioning body. And you know, Mauricio Sulaiman, all you got to do is offer him a couple bills. You feel what I'm saying? Man, Kawhi, man, shout out, man, 11 months cancer free in the building. My nigga Kawhi, the Mexican monster. You feel what I'm saying? Salute. But yeah.
Well, I think, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Best Friend.
I think that I think it's a shame because we had so many fights leading up to who was going to be the Mando. Usyk already has 2 Mandos for his belt. Well, one and a second one coming up in a few weeks for the IBF. And it's like with this one, it's like they're trying to starve it out. Now, I'm with the chat. I don't need a trilogy right now. Let that marinate. You feel me? But if they're trying to make,
You said you don't need what?
I don't need the trilogy. I don't need the versus Bivol trilogy. Absolutely not. I think not right now, at least. Like, let it marinate some. But throw Benavidez up in there. He worked hard. He won against Morrell. He was supposed to be the mandatory. You need to go ahead and do that. Do not have him fighting everybody like he tried to do at the 168 division to get to the undisputed champ. I don't agree with that at all. I'm with the fans on this one. I'm with the chat on this one. Congratulations to Kawhi. I wish you plenty of health, King. Salute to Zach B. Hey, Kobe. But the trilogy, the IBF mandatory is overdue. Exactly, Kamal Oz. But it looked like Turkey is reportedly trying to see about making a trilogy. But let's sit on that. Let's see it. We just got the fight less than 48 hours ago. Let's see what they go. Let's see how they.
I was saying, shout out to my man Kawhi Elliott in the Cash App with the $2 holler, and peace and blessings to my nigga Kawhi, 11 months cancer free. Appreciate that. Now I just need 2 more people to support either the Cash App or the PayPal. Support the grind, man.
And salute to Brian, the king of the chat's mother, for being 3 years cancer free. Amazing. Salute to that.
Shout out to Brian the King mom. 3 years cancer free, man. We beating this thing called cancer, baby. They been had the cure, but the people stopped the people trying to put it out there.
Hey, Alan.
Shout out Pisces game. But yeah, Key, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that's an abuse of power? Because
absolutely. And what's so crazy is Mauricio Suleiman and co. Mauricio Suleiman was over there and the Riyahd season, and it's like they're allowing Turkey to move a free range. But if the Mando is already, if you guys are saying like the WBO Mando was put with Ajit and Big Bang Zhang, right? Martin Bacoli, I think, is going to be fighting for a Mando in May, allegedly. Even after his knockout loss, he's still going to be fighting in the summer. So, and that's supposed to be implications to put one of those fighters in play. So if they're already doing that with the heavyweights, you got to do it with the other weights, bro. Like, let's be serious here.
But see, that's another thing I was going to get to. It was a 2-part question. You got the first part. So you see how Benavidez, and shout out to my brother Alan Sostain, my VPN general, in the cash out with the $5 holler AMC FSG VPN set. We in the building. I just need, for the $5 holler and cash out, I just need one more person to support the grind. Who gonna be the last person to support the grind for today? I appreciate each and every one of y'all that support it. We just need one more person on the grind. But Key, that brings me to my point, best friend. We talk about, man, people don't understand the conversations me and you be having about this boxing shit. Like, people don't understand. When me and Key ain't on this thing, we be talking fucking boxing and all types of shit. Tell them, best friend.
Absolutely.
But what I was going to say is, what do you think, like, okay, so you already got Shakur. He's coming out and he's saying that Turkey got the money. We can set the fight up. What are you trying to do? Because I got demonetized from all eyes. I've been demonetized. I'm supposed to be trying to get my monetization back next month. It'll be a year that I've been demonetized. But when you speak the truth and you don't subjugate the corporate media and them fascist people like that, then they try to silence your wings. But so Key. So you got Shakur coming out saying Turkey has the money. Come on, Tank. Don't be scared. Let's do it for July. Then you got Eddie Hearn saying you need to respect us. And Turkey said he will make the deal. Just come on over and let's do it for July. So you have two people blatantly calling Tank out. But they're calling him out to fight on a different platform than... Do people even know how much money Tank has made in his last 4 fights? Not even his last 4 fights. He fought Hector Garcia. That did 280,000 pay-per-views with a $5 million gate, right, Key? So 280,000 pay-per-views with a $5 million gate, right? So let's say that's $28 million that fight made. Hector Garcia walked away with 10. Tank walked away with 18, right? So then him and Ryan Garcia do 1.2 to 1.4 on Amazon, and then do 275,000 on the Zone. So like I said, between almost 1.6 million pay-per-views, right? So Tank made over 50 million in that fight. Then he just fought with Frank Martin. They did like a 15, 16 million gate, and they did like 350,000 pay-per-views, right? So that's a $50 million fight. Frank walked away with like 13, 14. Tank walked away with over 20, and the PBC walked away with some change. So Tank has been making over 20 million each fucking fight. And now they're telling him to come over and fight on this Salute Rich Boxing, on this site that they have, where they don't give out back end money for one. They're not giving out back end money over there. Have we heard anybody getting back end money on Riyahd season, Key?
I have not yet. I cannot confirm that.
And then people supposed to be getting their biggest bags over there. This man that just fought Shakur got $30,000 as the co-main when he fought Mark Chamberlain and beat him. And with $30,000, he had to pay taxes. He had to pay his team, his training partner, his manager. This man just beat a top contender and probably went home with $5,000. Between 5 to 8 after it was all said and done. Both big babies come home and commit felonies. That dude named Dave Salute, King. And not only that, Turkey Al-Ashiki has these people shaking his left hand and taking a picture doing it. And I'm going to tell y'all this.
Upper echelon.
Hold on.
One. Upper, be nice. Be nice.
No, I'm being nice, but what I'm saying, in westernized countries, the left hand is a sign of disrespect. And he has them taking pictures holding his left hand. That is the hand people wipe their ass with.
Oh, my goodness.
It is. You can look it up. That is the hand you wipe your ass with. But yeah, but like I said, I just need one more person to support the grind for today. One more person to support the grind. But yeah, never take a person's left hand. That's their shit hand.
Thank you, Upper. Now, speaking of, shout out to Bivol and Beterbiev. I can wait on the trilogy if that's what they're trying to do. And I hope David Benavidez is put in there against Bivol because he is the rightful winner and became the mandatory for that division. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Zach B. Hey, Dave. We got some beautiful weather finally, Dave, in Chicago. We was in Antarctica last week, okay? But next up, y'all, speaking of big fights and returns, y'all, Tim Tszyu is reportedly returning April 6th. He's going to fight Joey Spencer in Australia. So if Tim Tszyu makes it past Joey Spencer and Keith Thurman makes it past, what's his name? They will be meeting in the summer, allegedly. I still got to see how Keith Thurman is going to look. Keith Thurman been talking big stuff, and I'm happy to see Tim Tszyu back. Last year was really rough for Tim Tszyu. 2 back-to-back losses, one in a devastating loss when he was cut against Fundora, and the thank you Upper. And the last fight, he got demolished, destroyed by Bakram. Lord Jesus. So April 6th, you guys, he will be coming back to fight Joey Spencer. Just want to put that out there. Thanks for feeding. No, she's just my birds are they just loud. They just loud. That's why one of them name is Ratchet. They just loud. Thank you, Upper. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Now, I just want to read it real quick, Key. Let me just read this real quick, best friend.
Okay.
After defecating, the anus must be washed with water. Citation needed using the left hand, or an odd number of smooth stones, pebbles called jamara or hejara. And that's in the Su'ar al-Bukhari 161, book 4. Hadith 27. Many jurists agree toilet paper suffices the place of these stones, but Muslims use their left hand. And most Islamic countries and most countries in the West, they use their left hand. Your left hand is to wipe. If you know, like you're not, see right here, it says right here, check this out. Read, and this is in the third world, do people wipe with their left hands? Plus, I don't want to care about the G-spot update, but it says seems that no matter what country it is, you're not supposed to shake with your left hand because the people use it to cleanse themselves in the bathroom. This is all starting to sound like an urban legend, but but it shows right there. You're supposed to with your left hand. Always with your left hand. You're not supposed to shake with your left hand. You're not even supposed to eat with your left hand. And the reason is because they attribute this to the practice of the prophet who, according to tradition, command people to eat with their right hands and forbade them to eat with their left hands. The shaitan, which is the devil, eats with his left hand and drinks with his left hand. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's supposed to be evil to eat and drink with your left hand or, like shake somebody's hand with the left. You're not supposed to. And that's just the way it's supposed to be. And see, that's what I was telling people. Like, Turkey al-Sheikh got people taking pictures holding his left hand. Like, that shit right there is fucked up. Like, he's making people hold his left hand while taking pictures. Like, that is cold disrespect, best friend.
Well,
and shout out to my brother Big Drew, new member in the chat, hitting it up with the $5 cash out. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much. Thank you,
but see, that's what I was saying. People be thinking I be just talking. No. Like, he's literally shitting on people and handing it to them like, nigga, hold this shit. He tells them to hold this shit. He tells them to hold this shit.
Thank you. So with the card, now that it's done, I reported that there was it was reported that there was another fighter that was sick, and it appears that it was Madrimov. Madrimov said that he went to the doctor prior to the fight and he was sick. And his doctor said he wasn't ready for the fight against Virgil. But they didn't want to cancel the fight because it was a big card. But he is claiming that he lost this fight. He wasn't himself because he was one of the fighters that were also sick.
Oh, come on, man. Stop that shit, Magic Mall. You were bouncing around looking all chipper in the first round until you start getting popped on, nigga.
Now, come on now, Upper. Now, two other fighters were sick in this card, Dubois and Kid Austin.
Well, yes, Key. And you know what? The replacements they had was ready for them as two. They already had the replacements waiting for them. So them people was already planning to be out the card. This nigga lying like shit. He was looking good the first two rounds, Key, until Virgil started pouring it on. Come on, man. And then shit looked sick about him. When he was headbutting and throwing them shoulders and all. Bro, stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Like, this nigga capping like shit, man. Of course he's going to use that because he got his ass whooped. Like, bro, that's that dumb Key. Tell the nigga to stand up and take his ass whooping like a man, damn it. Like, I respect
if two other fighters did not find sick.
Key, he didn't look sick at the beginning of the fight.
And I was the one that told you guys that it was rumored that it was another fighter sick for the Riyahd card. And I was hoping that it still went on. And maybe that was Madrimov that was sick.
Key, he didn't start looking sick until he started getting popped on.
Okay, I'm just saying two people went out. So I'm just going to put out there. But now that the card is done, was this the biggest and best card?
Somebody was saying Hamza Sheraz was the one that was sick. That's what old boy was
trying to say. He's on our updated injury list. Sheraz broke his hand. His hand is broken. So he is on our I'm updating him on our injury list.
So he gonna say that's why he had a bad performance because he broke his hand? Is that what he gonna say?
Yes, he said.
Like, why do motherfuckers keep making all these damn excuses, man? Damn it. The beautiful Heather E in the building. Like, everybody make a damn excuse. You stuck the place up, Damn. It's okay. Just do better. They gave you a fucking draw when you deserve to get a loss. And it's fucked up because I betted on you, Sheraz. And even I'm saying that you damn lost, bro. You lost. You look like shit. And you broke your hand, but I still see you trying to hit with both hands in the 12th round.
Well, let's see. I'm just putting the news out there, y'all. Y'all too many excuses. Well, after everything was said and done, would this be the greatest card of the 21st century? What do you guys rate it? Is this the best card that we've had?
Let's be honest. The best card this year. This ain't even beating the Benavidez Morel card.
Interesting. Okay. He said he ain't deserve. He did not, but he did break. They said I saw his hand. It looked pretty lumped up. Sheraz is officially on our end. Let's see what he does afterwards.
I seen it when he did that damn hook and he didn't turn that shit over right. I said, ooh, that look like that hurt. I seen it was like the 8th, 9th round when he did that damn hook. I mean, it was a good card. I ain't gonna lie, the card was decent, but great card? No, it wasn't one of the great cards. It had a lot of good fights, like the Callum Smith and Buatsi, the Virgil Ortiz and Majimov, Joseph Parker with the knockout. It looked good. Like, the fight was good, but when we say great cards, we talking about something that's, damn, PBC had it lit from top to bottom with that Benavidez Maria card. That shit was litty. Even though Pitbull didn't get knocked or got the knockout, that shit was still litty. Like, that card was litty as fuck.
Oh, Kilo said it was worth 20. Mr. Bach, hey, Boxing Fanatic, he said no. Phenomenal said no. Salute to the beautiful Queen Heather E. This card had more Sikh people than COVID. Thank you, Slogan. Speaking of a card, May 2nd, a Friday. I think that he's going to be fighting Arnold Barboza. I'm not sure, but it's either Arnold Barboza or Africa. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. That is a Friday card, and it appears Tio. It appears that he is going to be on the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia undercard. But get this, Tio hashtagged Times Square. So it appears that we could be getting a Times Square card for the May 2nd bout for the Ryan and Rolly fight. Yes.
That card is shaping up pretty fucking good, if I don't say so myself. First off, Ryan got a chance to get the fans on Cinco de Mayo. Ryan versus Rolly, so the Spanish people will come out, because anytime a Spanish person fight any type of different Spanish-speaking person, a Mexican gonna come out and show their pride against every Spanish-speaking country. Then you got Jose Ramirez and Devins. I looked at it. That's actually a good fight right there. Really a good little scrap. That'd be a good fight to get Devin back in the swing of things. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Devin versus Ramirez, get Devin back in the swing of things. Because Ramirez ain't no joke, but his motherfucking his win ain't the best. And his chin ain't been the best ever since that Taylor loss, but I like Devin versus Ramirez.
But what about the Times Square portion of it? Is Turkey trying to put this fight in Times Square?
I thought he said he wasn't doing that free bullshit.
Teal hashtag Times Square takeover, May 2nd.
Well,
and he tagged Turkey.
Well, hey, then I guess that's what we're gonna get. But you got Ryan and Rolly, Devin and Ramirez, and now Tia Fimo and Arnold Barboza. That's set up for that's set up for a crazy ass joke, ain't it?
But if you're a fighter, would you want it to be in Times Square though?
Why?
Because what about when you want for people to buy the actual fight and to pay for it to go inside a venue and sit down instead of outside? I've never been to Times Square, ladies and gentlemen. So
if we get our guaranteed money, I don't give a fuck, because it ain't like there's gonna be a pay-per-view card. Hold on. I thought Rolly and Ryan was gonna be pay-per-view.
I'm not sure. They haven't talked about it much anymore. I thought so too, but I'm not sure anymore, especially with it now.
I would actually pay to stream that fight right there between Ryan and Rolly, Devin and Ramirez, Tio and Barboza. That's 3 solid ass fights. And you got all 4 kings fighting. Except for Tank. Well, you got 3 of the 4 kings. You got Devin, Ryan, and Tio. All of them trying to live without Tank.
No, Heather, I can't make it to this one, but if Tank is going to fight in July, I'm there. Unfortunately, I can't make it. I'm mad. Can't make it to this one. Hey, but have a good day, Andy. Key, the only time Square is open is for when the ball drops for the new year. I wouldn't count on him having a fight there. I was thinking the same thing. I never been there, but I'm like, that wouldn't make sense to have it in the videos and the pictures I've always seen about Times Square. I'm like, but let's see how they pull this off. What I do know is that T.O. is making his return May 2nd.
And all the new people, if y'all not in the Discord, make sure y'all join the AMG FSG Discord, where we be watching the fights together, and it's an open chat room. And yes, me and Dr. Key will be planning to make the July fight if Shakur and Tank fights. If Tank fights Shakur, I'm going to that fight, best friend.
Absolutely. I was just in Times Square. It's nightmare and will not be for the fans. Well, let's see how they pull this off. That's what T.O. tagged. Y'all know what T.O. take everything with a grain of salt. Let's see, but he tagged Turkey. He tagged Times Square takeover, the takeover, and everything. So let's see what we're gonna get with T.O. Let's see, and let's see if he'll actually fight Arnold Barboza this time. Let's see. I'm not counting on it because he's been dodging Barboza for so long. But I think that the reason why Turkey, it hasn't been announced as far as the venue go with Turkey, with this fight, is because Tank and them is making. I mean, Tank and Lamont Roach is just bulldozing right now. Upper, like, how could you even? You think that they have the opportunity, Ryan and Rolly, to beat that gate that Tank just raised another one? Man,
fuck no.
That's a hard one to sell. That's a hard one to sell.
They can't break the one from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I have no idea. I don't believe T.O. or Turkey. Yeah, me neither. It's not happening in Times Square. Turkey doesn't have the pool to shut all that property down. Let's see. T.O. tagged it, so let's see what they're talking about. It was a rumor a couple weeks ago.
That's stupid because that would be dangerous as fuck. Like, you have a fight in the open ass Times Square where all the murderers and robbers be like, they don't even have enough police to regulate that place. Like, that's stupid.
Absolutely. The only reason to consider Times Square is because Turkey can't get Madison Square Garden or the Barclays this year. How could you get it? Hey, Thrill Hill, how could you get it when Tank just shut it down, one of those venues down? Let's see. How could you? Hell, who would have thought this fight that was so controversial that Tank announced with Lamont Roach, nobody wanted it. He's bringing fighters up, blah, 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 and just killed the gate upper. That's insane. That's going viral.
You know what's insane?
Shout out to Tank and Lamont Roach.
What's insane? There really seems like it's a lot of Shakur and Devin Haney fans that hate on Tank. But I did a study and went through and look. It's no more than 40,000 of them all together. While Tank got millions of people.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just saying, they banded together like the enemy of your enemy is my friend. I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You feel me? So, they're like, yeah, what's up? Like, shit crazy, man.
Oh, I have another one to update for that May 2nd card. Martin Bakole will be fighting Efe Ajagba on May 2nd, too. So it's going to be Ryan and Rolly, Devin and Ramirez, T.O. versus either Barboza or Africa, Martin Bakole versus Efe Ajagba. Great card. Put that inside. Do not have that at Times Square. And it will be for the IBF Eliminator. Dang, Bakole, okay. So Bakole got paid and he got his eliminator spot back to be a possible opponent for Usyk. I ain't mad at it. Okay.
Efe Ajagba for that ass we just took.
Huh?
He gonna beat the shit out of Efe Ajagba for that ass he just took.
Yeah, he's got to get his weight down. He got to get back down to the 250s, 260s. That 315 was too big.
You mean the 280s?
Or 280s, whichever one.
He
got to get back down.
When I seen that pregnant belly, I said, "Oh wow!"
I swear to God, he gonna have to get back down. He was too big for that fight. So yeah, I can confirm that May 2nd, but Coley will be on the undercard for May 2nd. IBF eliminator fight. Let's go. Let's go. Right. Quick turnaround. I feel you, Bacoli. Bacoli probably angry, but he got paid and he's being put in position. He was eating chitlins to get that. Okay. Thank you, Dave. That's all I got for y'all. If you got anything else.
You know what's funny?
What?
That 500,000 was his biggest payday too.
They said he got more. His manager and them came out and said that he got paid very handsomely for that fight. I don't know how.
But you know, he only got like 250,000 for Big Baby. So you know he done bought his tribe some land with that money.
Thank you, Upper. That's all I got for you guys today. Upper, you got anything else?
I just dropped the link to the Discord. Tell the truth, I salute. Peace and blessing to everybody. I hope they do make that fight card. Prepare it up. Shakur and Eddie, stop the bullshit. Go to the PBC, go to Al, accept the damn 30%. And let's get this fight popping. But I appreciate everybody that came through and showed up and showed love today. Shout out to everybody in the Cash App, everybody that smacked the like, all the new people that came through. Peace and blessings. And
thank you guys so much.
Me and my co-defendant, we will be back here tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Monday. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Y'all cut up again today, Lord Jesus. We have a lot of more boxing talk to get to. Talk about the standings. I guess as you all know, everything is about to change as far as mandatories and everything else. And I will be here to give y'all the information. All right. Shout out to Brian, the king of the chat, the beautiful Heather, the beautiful Raina, the beautiful Sexy Kendra 50 Cent, all my queens that was here, Miss Joette in the background, EB Sweat a lot in the background, Mr. Altruistic and Animalistic. Thank you guys for coming through. Dave, make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Dave channel. Tell the truth, Isaac. Salute King, good to see you. All things my right hand, Big Block, bruh 6500. Always good to see you, King. We have Melvin Nair podcast in the building. Subscribe to him. DZ Sanchez, Logan, cutting up as usual. Akilo, thank you for coming through. Andy, Alan Sostain, everybody that was here. Mr. Boxing Fanatic, B-Dog, TM, my boy Texas was in the building. Phenomenal was in the building. Akilo was in the building. Shout out to Dank Lucane, Windy City. I appreciate y'all. Terrell W. I appreciate you guys so much. We'll be back here tomorrow. And as always, I'm out.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-pound rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, keep it drilling and spilling. Stay on .62. drum rounds and cripple ops straight go. I got them all, you don't want no smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunday Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunday Monster for a reason.